Welcome, you guys, to another episode of the Everyday Hero Show, where I interview someone in your life or someone in my life that makes us smile but does not get the credit that they deserve. This week, oh my goodness, we have such a special guest this week. He actually is the reason I got through nursing school. Micael Linares, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks so much, man. This is DJ Mike. No, I'm just kidding.
There is no justice when so few have so much and so many have so little.
So, man, thanks so much for having me. I appreciate that. Thanks for the intro.
Definitely. So, Mike, just for the 5 to 10 people who don't know you, please just tell us who are you and what exactly do you do?
Yeah, so I am a registered nurse in Southern California. I basically make 8-minute tutorials of the book. I basically highlight the book for you. I put it in mnemonic, and it's only 8 minutes, which covers a chapter. So we do Pirates of the Pancreas, the Liver Song. We do music videos like UTI. If you guys actually research the UTI song, I'm just like Miley Cyrus in the Wrecking Ball video.
I got another UTI. I must be careful when I whine. Or maybe was that bubble bath?
I'm wearing makeup, and that just released actually officially because my mom didn't want me to release it.
Congratulations.
But yeah, we have 1,200 videos. Only 400 are on YouTube. The rest are at simplenursing.com. So
yes. So I have to ask, just because like you're known, like I don't know a nursing student. I haven't met a nurse in my like. I told you I'm only been a nurse for 6 to 7 months. But with that being said, I haven't met a nursing student that does not know who you are. It's absolutely amazing.
That's awesome.
How did you decide to start Simple Nursing, and then why did you do it?
Yeah, what really got me started was I never ever wanted to actually become a nurse. It's funny you say that, and everyone's like,
really?
What? Yeah, I know, right? I actually always wanted to become a physician assistant. I was a paramedic at the age of 18. Actually, I was an EMT first. At the age of 18, started riding right after high school. I just got on the ambulance. And then, so what happened was basically I started teaching EKG courses and advanced level paramedic courses at Rio Hondo through a sub company called Boston Reed College. And everyone just loved the way I break down contents. At the same time, I was doing personal training, and I'm like, you know what? Dropping patients off at the hospital. I only see nurses on the med-surg floor. I thought all ER nurses, I thought they were all PAs. I didn't know that there was a such thing as an ER nurse.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But I would give, just like a patient comes in, they think like everyone's a doctor, in the ER. They probably call you a doctor the whole, even though you're a nurse. And so I didn't really know such a thing was like an ER nurse. I didn't really know. So once I started to actually work in the ER as a tech, I was like, oh my gosh, these nurses are amazing. I didn't even know that, there was such a thing. So that's when I started to like and love the hands-on approach of the nurses, because the PAs were all in the fast track. All they do is suturing and then, incisions for abscesses, and that's about it. And I'm like, dude, nurses are like inside gunshot wounds and jumping on the table, CPR and helping with the intubations with the doctors and RTs. I'm like, oh man, there's like way more.
It's true. I've been a nurse for just a little bit. I work at a rehab hospital. I am still. Oh, nice, okay. Yeah, so I'm still in school, and I'm hoping. I did get my associate's degree. I'm getting my bachelor's right now. I hope to one day become a nurse practitioner. That's big time goals. But with that being said, you said that everyone likes how you break it down, and that's just a fact. People love the way you break things down, your jingles, your acronyms, the whole shebang. How do you come up with these amazing memory tools? It's like how is it possible?
It's funny that you say that, because I didn't even know. It was almost like I was like a mom and pop taco shop on the corner, getting paid like $15 an hour to teach like paramedic stuff. Dude, paramedics in California only get paid like $14 an hour.
Oh wow!
And nurses get paid $35 to $50 an hour in the hospital. So I was just doing my thing, teaching paramedics and breaking it down with like, the four chambers of the heart, like the attics are the atriums, and then the basements are the ventricles, and blah, blah, blah. And then, it was just normal for me just to think that way. So when I actually got into nursing school, the first semester and the first year was just like playing patty cake. I was like, man, vital signs? Are you kidding me?
Good for you.
IV insertion. Oh man, it's so easy,
Yeah.
Because I was doing it for like 7 years. And then so many nursing students were having a hard time. It was their first time seeing how the heart worked. And I'm like, dude, I used to teach this from the back of my hand,
Oh, okay. So that makes sense. All right.
And
so you had
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But even with that, like, I love my nursing school. I love my nursing professors, but I'm talking about like nursing professors who've been nurses for 5 to 10 years, their job is to teach us nursing.
I know,
and you do such it's like, I don't want to say that they're bad, but you're just so good. Right? You're just so great.
Well, it's funny because like as an instructor, like, you have to read from a PowerPoint. You have to have a curriculum or lesson plan, right? Mm-hmm. And as a teacher, you've been there before where the teacher gets bored and just reads off the PowerPoint, right?
Definitely.
And anyone can say, okay, here's a PowerPoint. Here's what the liver does: albumin, bile, coagulating factors, blah, blah, right?
Yes.
But my biggest thing is I was as a little kid, I was an entertainer, and I love to see people smile.
There you go.
So when I got the liver lectures, I was like, okay, ABC, okay, albumin, bile, coag factors, and as long as you can make it simple for someone to remember, and then albumin turned into this character called Al Pacino from Scarface. And he's the drug lord. He actually helps transport drugs, which albumin does. He's next. Al Pacino is located next to a water source, and albumin attracts water. There's just, I don't know what happens in my mind. It just happened, especially with nightclub Raz, the renin-angiotensin aldosterone system.
Yeah.
When like aldosterone becomes the bouncer of the nightclub, aldosterone,
Here's a little story I got to tell about 3 enzymes you don't know well. Started way back in the kidneys with renin, aldosterone, and Ang.
I don't know.
It's amazing.
It's just fun for me.
Yo, oh my goodness, it's amazing that you can do that. It's just great. You've helped thousands of nursing students. So with that being said, any plans at all ever of becoming a nursing professor, of teaching nursing, like officially?
It's funny you say that. I've gotten actually a lot of job offers.
Yes, I don't doubt it for a second.
Because right now I'm about 4 months away from getting my MSN in education.
Congratulations.
And yeah, thank you so much. But the biggest thing is that we have 175,000 students and followers only on YouTube. On Facebook, we have over 200,000, and on Instagram, we have about 85,000. So we're talking about over 450,000, I reckon, right now.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
If I was actually located in one location, I would only be able to impact that one school at maybe most 60 students at a time, right?
That's a fact, yeah.
So my biggest thing is that we have 1,200 videos. We're actually coming out with another 600 videos this year.
Oh my God.
I know. And it's going to be amazing. There's a lot of things that a lot of people don't know that's in the works right now. And I'll give you a little behind the scenes secrets. So we're basically having a green screen, which is going to be like the Magic School Bus /
Hey!
And we're basically doing like really fun characters called the Annoying Organs. I don't know if you're on YouTube. Have you seen the Annoying Orange?
Oh, so I have. Yes, I have.
And so we're doing like the Annoying Organs, and we're putting like together like entire video series. Yeah, okay. So we're the Annoying Organs was one of the ideas that pretty much takes my entire whiteboard to the next level. Okay. We're going to be doing basically like the Annoying Orange, if you guys have ever seen that on YouTube. We're going to put the organs into like a character form where the heart's going to be like, I pump you in, I pump you out, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I like to pump. And then like the GI track is going to be like G.I. Joe or Joe the Plumber. Yes. And then, the lungs are going to be like Eeyore, like, hey guys. Like, it's going to be a lot of fun. And there's just so many things that are happening. We're coming out with an app in September. That's amazing. Yeah, and so the videos are going to be on another level. we're having an app to bring it all in. We're basically going to be like the Mastery app, but we're having video rationales that break down the question in 90 seconds.
Awesome. My God.
And then,
that sounds like a whole lot of work coming your way, Mike.
Oh, my God. Well, we have a team of like 15. We're going to be growing to about a team of 45 in the next 2 or 3 years.
Congratulations.
But really, the ultimate goal is we want to be in nursing school curriculums, about 500 of them in the next 5 years.
Okay, so that's awesome. So I haven't heard that.
That's the ultimate goal, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know much about that. So let's expand on how would you, Mike, get into, like, what does it take? Do you have to get certified? What happens?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is funny. Let me give you a little backstory. So I actually started this entire little video thing when I failed out of nursing school. I don't know if you knew that.
I had no idea. My goodness. Oh, just a side note. I too failed out of nursing school my first attempt. So I'm right there with you, brother.
Yeah, but you know what? It's funny because I was basically the laziest student ever because I was, holding like little mini tutorings for other people, and I showed up late and unprepared to clinical, and they don't like that.
Oh, hell no!
Definitely not.
It was like my third write-up on my third semester, so they're like, "Hey, you gotta go." I'm like, "Dang it."
I'm sorry.
So it's okay. No, it was my fault though. But at the same time, that pretty much took me 6 months. I had to see all my friends graduate, right? And everything. So it was like a reality check. And so I had an iPhone, and I had a whiteboard from Walmart, and I had a sock to erase the whiteboard. And I just started making these little videos in my parents' library at their house. And it's so funny though, because like when I'm looking back on it, those are my most popular videos.
Like, really?
And yeah, like honestly, it was nothing more than that. And YouTube wouldn't let me. Okay, when you're new to YouTube, they won't let you record more than 10 minutes. That's why all my videos, I had to wrap up the entire topic in 10 minutes. But it works amazingly well for students who are, cramming.
Yes.
And I've done a lot of analytical research. Basically, students don't start studying, hardcore studying, until like 72 hours before the test. We always push it off.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's why I had to become a master at, breaking down the content very quickly.
Very good. So, very helpful. I'd have to say stat. Yes.
But to answer your ultimate question is, how do you actually get into a curriculum like like the HESI or the ATI exams or like a CAP proctor? There's a long process. So what I did was I did a reconnaissance. I did invasion tours in 10 weeks.
Wow.
I know. I counted the flights. I did about 52 flights in about 10 weeks.
Oh my God. Were you able to sleep? That's insane.
Not at all, man. So I was like pulling from my my personal training days and doing like a lot of like what's it called, herbal therapies to help me de-stress and get more energy. There's a really good product called Choline's Cocktail that I always recommend, and it boosts your energy so good. But I don't even get paid for that. I should get paid for promoting it, right? But man, like nursing. Okay, there's a common trend that I see with faculties, and the fact that we have PhDs, we have a great curriculum, we have what the students need to pass, and they always point finger. I should say always. 80% of the time, the blame is put on the students, and saying that, hey, you guys didn't read your 17 chapters before you came to class. You guys didn't do the work. You guys don't really want to be nurses. You guys don't have what it takes. When in the end, it's like, dude, you gave me 600 PowerPoint slides and the test in 3 days. Like, what the hell?
Exactly. Yes. The struggle is real.
So the unique selling proposition, or basically what sets us apart from Kaplan and HESI and ATI, is that we're not a proctor exam. What we are is a live video version of the book that we highlight the book. And imagine if you watch 7 videos, you've covered 7 chapters.
Exactly.
So you come prepared to class.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's it.
Like when you would break down like the body systems, when you would break down the heart, when you would tell us what's going on with the kidney, and like, oh my goodness, it would be like the greatest Like it just was the greatest thing ever. It just made everything make sense. You put things together that, you know, in the textbook they use these big words, and it's just they keep going on and on and on about specifics and neurons and hormones that, you know, but like you really broke it down and it was super helpful. Like I'm hoping, I truly am hoping that you are able to get into some or all of these curriculums that you are attempting, because I think not only would it be good for the students, but it would be good for professors as well. Just a different type of learning and teaching. I think it'd be freaking awesome. So,
and it's so funny you say that, because we have about 500 faculty members that have memberships with us.
Oh, really?
And they take a lot of my content and just demonstrate it in class on their whiteboard or in their PowerPoints and say that, hey, you know, you should learn it this way. I'm like, oh, okay, you know, as long as people are learning, I don't care if you sweat my content, just as long as people are learning, you know.
Good for you, Mike. That's the nursing spirit. You're a true
that's
nurse.
Right there, yeah.
You're a true nurse. You're a true nurse. Okay. So I do know, and many nurses in the world really, but in the U.S. know you and all of the teaching you do. I do want to get to a few things that maybe people don't know about you. So any nursing influences? I know you said that the way you got into it, you told us you went from EMT and then you thought like it just made sense for you to become a nurse because you liked it better than being a PA. But did you have an influence? Did you have anyone in your life that was a nurse? How did you finally come to terms with it?
Yeah, you know, it was funny because like I used to talk people out of becoming a nurse.
Oh no!
Mike. This is when I was on the ambulance and I didn't know what nurses did because I thought, you know, they were just accountants in these big old books and just turning patients and just writing that down. I was like, okay. It wasn't until like I saw them actually in action in the ER and the ICU as a flight medic too. And
yes.
But influences. My uncle's a doctor. He's an MD. He's basically he used to work in the ER. Now he does family practice and urgent care.
Oh wow. Okay.
And he was like, hey, man, you should really think about doing NP, nurse practitioner, because you can do both that you want to do, nurse and PA, you know?
Exactly.
I'm like, oh, man, I didn't even think about that. I'm like, what the hell's an NP? And, you know, that's the route I was going down until this whole simple nursing thing blew up. Now I'm just, you know, focusing on this, and it's just growing and growing every year. It's only been 4 years now, so.
Oh, congratulations. But I do have to say, like, I agree with you a lot with what your uncle said and what, like, your situation is, because I didn't know anything about NPs until I became a nurse, until I was in nursing school. I just feel like NPs in general is maybe not like a broadly advertised, you know, profession or job, but it should be. It's like kind of a great great in between. It's like a great place to be. So when did you know, when you started doing simple nursing, when did you know that you were actually making a difference in students' lives?
It wasn't until about the 5th month.
Okay.
So what I did was basically I said, okay, I'm going to throw up. So the entire simple nursing project, telling my students to stop telling me to do it. Because before that time, I started 3 other YouTube channels, but for fitness.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I spent about $6,000 like recording personal trainers, and I recorded, you know, with good production and good video editing, but I made a really expensive product that no one wanted.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, because that was my like 6th failed business.
Okay.
And a lot of people are like, hey, why don't you make a nursing channel? I'm like, dude, like, honestly, I just failed out of nursing. I don't get back in until 2 more months. No one's going to listen to a guy that failed out and doesn't even have his RN degree yet, you know?
Yes.
So it wasn't until the end of like a 10-week EKG course, which paramedics have to go through like 10 weeks of EKG. And in nursing school, we do 3 days.
I know, it's crazy. We need to switch that up, because EKGs to this day is like,
gosh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so those are my first videos. And those are the #1 videos I have right now out of all 1,200 on YouTube. So I basically, one of the students just recorded me in class and threw it on YouTube. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, no one's ever going to watch that. And in 2 weeks, I got a few thousand views. I'm like, wait, what the heck? So I made 5 more. And then I'm like, okay, maybe this is like a fluke, you know, whatever. And then I did like fluid electrolytes, cardiac, whatever. And I'm like, man, people are actually watching these. This is insane. Why would they watch me? You know, like I'm nurse yet. I'm still in school, you know?
Yeah.
So what happened was, I quit my job and started doing it full time. And I was only like selling like, 50 videos for like $20. And I was making actually.
I'm sorry. Slow down. You quit. I'm sorry. That's a big deal. You quit. Yeah. You quit your job to sell 50 videos for $20?
Yeah. Okay. So here's what happened. So pretty much up to this point, I've been studying like how to make sales online and how to like optimize, your brandability and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, if people are watching this, then I'm gonna make, really good quality videos. Like, the quality is not going to be there because I'm broke and I'm a nursing student. I just spend so much money on these videos no one's watching for fitness. So all I have is a whiteboard from Walmart and a socket and eraser and my parents' library. So I'm gonna start there with an iPhone and just record it.
Good for you.
So I just started throwing up videos, and I'm like, okay, if I make 45 sales in 45 days, sales in 45 days, and this is back in January 2013.
Okay.
And so I got a job, and technically speaking, I graduated in May, like 4 months later. So I'm like, hey, I have a little money saved. If I totally fall on my face, I live with my parents still, so it doesn't matter, I'm still gonna be a nurse, whatever.
Exactly.
So at that time, my dean actually helped me make my first product. Because my dean's like, hey, show me something that, makes you dedicated, makes you motivated. She's like, I obviously know you can pass the class, but your care plans, you're never done on time with your care plans. You always showed up unprepared. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'm going to take the top 70 diagnoses for med search. The most frequently 70. And I'm going to make a care plan for every single one of them beforehand. Break down pathophysiology, signs and symptoms, plan of care, evaluation, nursing intervention.
Oh my God.
49-page patho Bible, basically the top 70 care plans that are done for you. And that was my first product that I hosted on January 2013, and we sold about in 45 days. Oh my gosh, people are actually buying this crap. I'm like, to me, it was my crap. Probably to you guys, it was gold. So, but I hated hearing my voice, and I never talked in front of a camera before. So those videos are just horrible in terms of quality, but the content, I guess, everyone likes. So it didn't really hit me, to answer your ultimate question. It didn't hit me that I was changing lives until 2 weeks before my graduation. I was a month. By graduation,
Mike, I'm sorry. Wait. Can you go back to, you said 2 weeks before when? I'm sorry, you were breaking up a bit.
Okay, hold on just a sec. Let's pause for like 60 seconds so I drive through these hills.
Yeah, take your time. I do want to hear this.
Test 2. DJ Mike in the house. DJ Mike. Can you hear me? All right. Am I clear to you?
Yeah, you're better. Much better.
Can you picture me rolling? Am I clear enough for you? No, I'm kidding. Okay. All right. All right. So it wasn't until 2 weeks before my graduation that it really hit me. I was changing lives, because at that point I had 500 videos on YouTube and care plan thing. I think we had maybe around like 400 sales or whatever. But I think the biggest kicker was a dean from North Carolina said, hey, we want to fly you out to speak at our graduation ceremony.
Oh my God.
I know. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, no. And I'm emailing her. I jumped on a phone call with her, and I'm like, wait. Like, let me get this straight. Why? And she's like, well, 5 of our students were supposed to fail this semester. They started watching your videos, and now they're passing, and now they're going to be nurses. I'm like, oh, man. And, like, I was thinking that day, driving home, I'm like, dude, I graduate in 2 weeks. I'm finishing up my preceptorship. And I haven't even, got my credentials yet, but I'm changing lives already,
That's amazing.
And I think that's when it really hit me that you don't need to have credentials. You don't really need to have the make a big difference,
I loved I love that you say that, because I don't know, it's just like as an associate's degree nurse, and I'm working to get my bachelor's, it's just like I feel like as soon as I get that BA, as soon as I get that MSN, as soon as I get those letters, maybe something will change. But I love that you say that. That's actually amazing, and it makes us nurses feel like just not even good about ourselves, but like good for what we actually do, like what we do on a day to day. That's absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah, of course, man.
Yeah, no,
oh, hold on. Well, I was gonna say that's the thing, that you can't spell BSN without BS. So just remember that.
Yeah, you got it. That's right. You can't spell BSN without BS. I love that. I love that. Okay, so I have to ask: are you still a nurse? How much nursing do you actually do? How do you balance nursing and simple nursing?
Yeah. So pretty much. Hold on a sec. Oops. Yeah. So pretty much, I was a nurse for about a year and a half, 18 months, until simple nursing started taking off. And then it wasn't until in 2014 I started getting a lot of requests for conventions. So I was the keynote speaker at the Florida Nursing Convention with over 2,000 students.
Wow.
And basically the keynote speaker is basically saying, hey, there's like, if you go to a concert, there's like a lot of like, opening bands, but the keynote, basically the big headliner is Micael Linares. I'm like, what?
And this is a like year. I'm sorry. This is a year into it, right? You said you started in 2013. Yeah. A year into it, you were the keynote speaker for 2,000 nursing students.
Yes, 2,000 nursing students out of basically all the nursing schools in Florida. They come to this convention for what's called the Student Nurse Association, and in Florida, they have one of the biggest, most spread out. They're the biggest state. I think they're one of the top 3 biggest states for nursing schools. So I was speaking to about 2,000 about faculty, deans, as well as 80% students.
Wow.
And it was amazing because they came up and did the Gangnam Style dance song for Metabolic Panel. Metabolic Panel.
Yes.
And oh man, it was just so much fun. And then I got to be the keynote speaker 6 months later at the Rhode Island, and then I was over in Ohio and Cleveland. And it's just been amazing because like it seems like everyone kind of gets it. Like the instructors, and the instructors get it. A lot of instructors play me in their classrooms, which is really cool advertising for me.
And I have to just give a quick shout out to my professors, because they did do that. They did say quite a bit.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, they were like, yes, like this is, you guys want to watch these videos. They explain it really well.
Wow.
They definitely put you out there. So we did know about you before they told us, but yes, they did tell everybody in class, which is absolutely amazing.
And that's, that just shows you the power of, going after a dream. And I wasn't official at the time, guys. I wasn't, I didn't have a big production. I was just a guy with an iPhone and a whiteboard from Walmart. And you can make big differences. I never thought to this day I would actually even be talking to anyone about this. I just thought no one was going to watch me. But I just think it goes to show that, if you have a lot of heart, you have a lot of passion, but it has to be, directed and focused, and a lot of your energy goes into the ultimate clear goal. And that's basically just cutting your study time by 60% and just getting you prepared for your test without all the BS and all the paperwork,
Yes, so. Yes. All right, so this is good. So like I feel like we've gotten a great background on who you are, how simple nursing works, what your goals are, all of that good stuff. So like now I want to get to the advice portion. You actually teach. You teach us quite a bit, quite often. But I do want to know. So advice to professors specifically, because you do teach. What can you advise professors to do to make it not easier, but help their students understand the information better?
Yeah. So basically, what we're doing is this entire time I've been helping students. So what we're doing is and can you hear me?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, sorry. So what we're doing is we're basically making an instructor or faculty toolbox now, and that's going to be coming out in the summertime.
Oh, that's awesome.
Where we're teaching teachers how to teach. So what I'm doing is we're having entire people doing lesson plans for med surg and pharmacology specifically, because we see that most of the views come from here, and the reason most of the views come from there and the most popular videos is because a lot of students fail these courses.
Yeah, pharmacology was my hitter.
Oh my gosh, pharmacology. And the thing is, if you don't have a really, really good instructor that even takes the time to like break it down in a sense that you'll understand, it becomes a drag, it becomes boring. But even if you do have a really good instructor, 90% of the time you have to study that info at home, because you're in class for what, 3 hours, 6 hours max in a week? And you can't scroll back, you can't rewind a video, or sorry, you can't rewind a live lecture, you know?
Exactly.
So what we're doing is we're basically teaching the instructors how to teach. And one of the big, if any instructors or faculty are listening, one of the biggest things that I tell you guys is, first things first, is do a general overview. If you ever seen one of my videos, what I do, there's like a little recipe involved. I'm giving away my recipe secrets, which is not even a secret. You can just watch a video and dissect it. But the biggest thing is start with a general 30 to 60 second overview about beta blockers or about respiratory medications. Then what you want to do is go into the pathophysiology first. You want to always address how it works in the body.
Yes.
Because, okay, for example, what's it called? Pharmacology. All the students, all you see is signs and symptoms, therapeutic modalities, you know, the side effects. You see how the medication works. You see the peak times. You know, you see the duration, and all of that is just so confusing. And it's like, how do I memorize it now? You know.
Mm-hmm.
But if you understand the pathophysiology of what the heck's going on in the body, you're gonna probably understand how it works in the body, and then what the signs and symptoms or the side effects and maybe the therapeutic modalities are gonna be. Yes. So, for example, instead of just memorizing asthma and albuterol, just saying, oh yeah, okay, so albuterol gets your heart rate up. Okay, your albuterol opens, dilates the bronchioles. Okay, albuterol does this, this, and this. If you understand asthma, that your airways, the major pathways of the air of the bronchioles are cutting off. Basically, those big pipes are getting really tight.
Yes.
And albuterol just opens those pipes up. And albuterol is basically going to beta 2, which is, you have beta 2 for 2 lungs, and it opens up the lungs.
Yes, it is. Yes, it does.
So that's the thing. And so beta 2 is also affects it's a sympathomimetic, so it brings up the heart. It's not selective.
Wonderful.
So there's certain things that you can already, if you just address the patho, you already know the end goal, and you don't have to memorize anymore.
Wow. Mike,
yeah, sorry.
No.
Just get up on a whole lecture for you.
Oh no, of course. No, that's what you do, and it's great, and like we love it. Of course, if that's what you want to do, by all means. It just is nice to hear it from the source. That's like all I'm saying. It really is. It just is.
Oh, of course, man.
It's good. Just a little more advice. So, what do you have? For me, so I'm a new nurse. Like I said, I work at a rehab hospital. I take care of brain injury and stroke patients. And I can literally feel and understand everything I learned in nursing school just come out of me day in and day out. Like,
nice.
I know nothing outside of what I do now. What advice do you have for new nurses to stay like generally good at what they're like as nurses and not just specific focused, right?
Yeah, so nursing school is a lot like driving school. So when you learn to drive, you put your hands at 10 and 2, you look at your mirrors, everything's like very sterile. And it's like, it's not how you drive right now, right?
No,
you probably eat when you drive, sometimes you text when you shouldn't be, right? Sometimes, you know, you listen to the radio and you're like, what's up, player? Yeah, you know, you just have fun.
Exactly.
So that's the same thing with nursing. Nursing school is a lot like high school too, in that we don't apply a lot of the things we learn, like geometry or algebra. I don't remember the last time I got the screw out of nothing. I used a calculator.
Exactly.
So, and the same thing nursing school. Like they give you a lot of information because they don't know what you're going to specialize in. They give you a lot of foundations. So really the top 2 things you have to know as a new grad is first prioritization. If you don't know how to prioritize a patient who's dying or prioritize this what do they call life and limb? If you don't know how to save a limb or a life, then that's what you have to learn. That's one of the most difficult parts about becoming a new grad nurse, especially in the ER or the ICU setting. If you become directly off the bat, and usually if you have a BSN, they're going to throw you right in because they want, at magnet hospitals, they want those BSNs.
Exactly.
So they're going to try to fit you as a square into a circle, and they're going to be like, "Come on, you can do this," into like a circle slot. But prioritization is huge. It usually comes in about 6 months, and you have to just practice like a dojo, like karate. You have to practice in and out, practice like the fundamentals of nursing, ABCs. Next thing is delegation. One of the biggest things they're finding out is that if you don't, because as a nurse, you have to delegate. You're the hub between OCMED, physical therapy, RTs, the doctor, family, as well as your entire CNA staff and LVN staff.
So
you have a lot of balls to juggle, man.
Very hard.
Hugely hard, yeah.
Yeah.
And so those two things you have to focus on. The nitty-gritty of like, the exact mechanism of action of drugs, not really. The third thing is don't kill anyone. So
yes.
The fastest way to kill someone is pharmacology. If you don't know your doses and you don't know why you're given the medication, you better ask your charge nurse or your preceptor.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
So, without drugs, the worst you can do is drop a patient, maybe. I don't know. But if once you do an IV push, you can't pull that back out.
No, you cannot. You cannot.
So those are the big advice. Yeah.
And it's very good advice because it's so true. Like I had a couple of interviews prior, and I had a few nurses on, and I just openly announced that prioritization was in fact the hardest thing, because you become a nurse, you have a million things to do, and they have a list and they have a time of when each thing needs to be done. And I would as a new nurse, I just go one by one. But no, some things can be late. Dude. If your head to toe assessment is gonna be late, let it be late. If that person needs a specific medication or needs a specific treatment or wound changed or whatever. So prioritization is huge. And for me specifically, delegation is hard just because I've had just in general a hard time telling people to do things. Like you go from just being around to now you have to tell people what to do, what to expect, what to report back to you. And that's a very hard transition to do as well.
Oh yeah. You have to always follow up. You can't just delegate and forget about it. And that's one of the toughest things. You have so many balls to juggle, and then they throw like a flamethrower and you have to juggle that too. And then if someone comes in with a gunshot wound, you're like, oh crap, all my priorities just got rearranged in the ER. And now number one is gunshot wound. So
that's what happens. So I'm going to wrap this up. I really do appreciate the time. But before I do so, I do want to find out a little lighthearted, more stuff about you. Do you watch, I know you're a super busy man, Mike. You have thousands of students that you need to care for. But do you watch any TV, Netflix? And if so, do you have a favorite medical nursing show? Nurse Jackie? Do you watch Grey's? Do you watch Code Black? What is that? What do you do? What's your go-to?
I love Scrubs. I grew up with Scrubs.
Oh, yes.
And I love that show. They actually have a good one on Netflix. It's like the last season of Scrubs, where the guys who used to be at Scrubs, they used to be like the intern doctors. Now they're teaching the course.
Yes.
But yeah, I love that one. Grey's Anatomy, this last season that just came out, oh my gosh, I cried on the first 2 episodes. It's actually really good, man. And you know what? I'm even looking at my videos and I'm like, man, my first season sucked compared to this next season coming out. And my brother is total zombie. He always makes me watch the Walking Dead.
There you go.
And so now I got sucked into that one. But
good for you. Walking Dead is a great show. Awesome. A great show. And then I do have to ask, just because, so you said you were a nurse for not too long, but how was it? Because we're both males. So how was it being a male nurse? I am surrounded by females constantly. I think we're at 15% right now in the country. It's 15% male nurses. But how was that experience for you?
It's funny you say that, because it depends where you go. In the psych unit, you are like a Greek god. Because you can throw a slap down on a psych patient. I'm sorry, on an aggressive patient. Not any patient. Because the psych unit is a scary place. In the ER, it's funny because you have a different dynamic. Everyone's type A personalities, but there's a lot more males and combat medics who became nurses.
Okay.
And it's pretty cool because everyone always asks you for lift assist to move their patient up because you're a dude, you know.
Yes.
Loud, they call security, but before security gets there, they call you. So, but the weird part about it is that nursing is very, very cliquish, and it's almost like a mafia. So one of the biggest things of advice is that, you know, when you're new, don't act like a show off, don't showboat, don't give anyone reasons to hate you. Yes. And because the thing is, the cliques, the old nurses and the charge nurse, they usually have their entourage, and if they don't like you, they're going to start some beef with you with the director, and they're going to try to get you written up. So keep your head low until, you know, but you know, keep your head low, do a good job, keep your nose clean, and once, you know, don't try to be showboat, don't try to be, you know, overly nice, or, you know, just show up and do your job, and let them invite you into their clique, or just be friendly with them, you know.
Wonderful. I have 3 more quick questions for you.
Number
one, do you have anything special planned / do you do a regular thing yearly for Nurses Week and Nurse Appreciation Day?
Yeah, so I have something planned in the works. I'm trying to get on the Ellen show as the rapping RM.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
That's a secret.
That's amazing.
But yeah, we're trying to be on the doctors as well as Dr. Oz, because I'm a male nurse, and, you know, we're kind of a rare commodity.
Yes.
And one of the other things is that, you know, I do music videos. I know Dr. Z-Dog does music videos. He's a doctor. He's not a nurse. So I'm one of the only ones to do a music video for nursing students. So we're trying to get on television for that. But another thing that we also do is we pretty much give some of our products that are usually sometimes out of reach for a lot of students who paid a lot of money on tuition. We usually do our Black Friday deals. We do like 60% off our entire shopping cart. So
that's
for Nurses Week.
That's amazing.
So that's pretty cool.
So you guys watching this, just understand, I'm dropping this on the beginning of Nurses Week, May 6th. This is when it's going to drop. So this, everyone who's watching this, please go to simplenursing.com, go to the shopping cart and get it. He said it himself out of the man's mouth. So you guys better go shop there. Absolutely awesome. Simple Nursing saved my nursing career, made me a nurse.
Bam.
So,
what up?
And then lastly, this is I consider you guys, I call this the Everyday Hero Show. So I'm asking you, do you, Mike, have an everyday hero?
Yes, and his name is Nurse Mendoza. He's an awesome dude.
Oh, wonderful.
He actually we're doing a collaboration of music videos, and we did a collaboration video together. And he's just an awesome all-around guy. He lives in Northern California, and I'm from California too. So he gave me a lot of my inspiration when I first started, because I'm like, how do you engage? And a lot of his openers, he's very fast, but he's very clear, and he's very motivating, and I try to be the same way. He's really he was like my James Brown. You know, he was like the godfather of nursing, you know, on YouTube at least.
I love that.
Soul, you know.
I love that. So. All right, the last final question. Where do you want people to come find you? Because recently I've seen you and Simple Nursing in general blow up on Facebook Live. You guys are doing studies which I think are just amazing, right? You have your Instagram account. That's how I actually got this. So people out there, honest to God, if you message Mike on his Instagram or on his Facebook, he will respond. So do it. Connect with him. Talk to him.
Yeah,
he's awesome. He does talk to these students. Where do you want people to find you? Facebook, Instagram, Simple Nursing. You go down the list, please.
Yeah, so basically, if you guys are having trouble with nursing school, if you're failing, I will give you a free membership. I'm basically like Shriners Hospital, in the sense that if you don't have enough money to pay for anything and you're failing, just come to me. Like, I am like a soup kitchen for you guys. Everything will be for free. The biggest thing we're trying to do is help students. So don't go to simplenursing.com if you're failing. I want you guys to email me. If you guys email me at 911.
Oh, whoa. Time out. No, this is super important. I don't want to miss this.
I got you.
Yeah, 911. Okay, so email you
we'll do it
where?
Again. Okay, so if you guys are failing or struggling, email me at 911help@simplenursing.com. we have an auto reply put together where we give you free trial access, which I'll give you full access for free if you're failing. We also have 25 hours of live webcam per week. And these are actually, student nurse mentors that will mentor you and tutor you for free. And we give you the link and schedule for that. But you have to email me, and it's in the auto reply. So don't trash that or look through your trash or spam, That's the easiest way because all the links will be in there. We only have 3 steps, and that's, number 1, get your free trial to all the videos that are not on YouTube. Number 2 is get the live videos or the live lectures or the live basically tutor sessions. Yeah. And then you also have study guides. We have about 105 study guides that are available on that link. So
my goodness, Mike, I mean, okay, so I have to, this is like great, amazing. First of all, I had no idea about the, if you're failing, go out. So I'm just going to yell and scream it out there to the ethos so people know, like, Mike is here to save you. He wants, the end goal is for nursing students to pass. That's what he's here for. Right. That is what he's doing. So if you are failing, if you are having a hard time, Mike is the guy. Simple Nursing is the spot. Email him. Everything, his Facebook, his Instagram, his YouTube channel, simplenursing.com. His email address is going to be in the description down below. So please look, please link, click on all those links. Go check it out. Nurses in general, you guys are special, special people. I honestly believe it. I'm a nurse. I love what I do. Every single day I go to work, I feel like I'm changing a life. I'm making someone's day better. It's a great thing. Mike, I think it was a pleasure having you on. Thank you so very much.
Yeah, thanks so much, man.
Oh, definitely. And then just to you guys, just don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Everyone needs to know this. Please share it. This is Nursing Week, so we're going to have a blast. Mike, thank you.
Yes, sir. Hey, you're welcome, man. It was a pleasure. Thanks so much.